What are you afraid of? Man, I think about respect. I think about how we're supposed to show respect, and especially in this context, give respect to God. When I lived in Santa Barbara, it was after I graduated university. I went to school in Southern Cal, and then I moved with some friends up to Santa Barbara. And there was 4 of us, man. We were super poor, living in this tiny apartment. And we bought this real big piece of whiteboard, and we zipped it up right there in the front room. As 4 guy roommates, you can imagine, it was a wonderful smell. But we put this list up of things you should respect. And we just started listing things that you should respect. And it was this big, massive whiteboard. You guys got that? Things you should respect. And so, you guys have that up there? So you had this idea of these. We would stand and look at this whiteboard and be like, man, this is crazy. All these different lists of all this stuff. And the next thing that we'd list is we'd start listing off the things that we would encounter that we should respect with our life. So one of the first things that I put on there was old man strength. Because you ever try to like shake hands with an old man and then he has like a vice grip hand and crushes your entire hand? Anybody? You should respect the old man strength. It is there deep within it's like, you're like, oh, okay, there's still some strength in here. He's got something to prove, man. You should respect that. We had all sorts of things on the list. We had bearded women. They were on the list. Carnies. So you got to watch out for carnies. We had carnies. We had little people. They gone through a lot, man. You got to respect them. We had people with eye patches. That's a good one. Because they could be a pirate. Other things could have happened. There's a whole list of stuff that's on that list that you should respect them. The thing was, it was really talking about being respectful and showing respect. We were doing this kind of mess around, but it was about showing respect and not being somebody who was flippant with others. Man, a great example of someone who showed respect was an example to us when I grew up with was actually the Castillo boys. And I grew up with Charlie, and I grew up with Hondro, and I grew up with Richie and Vanessa, and all of them. They're a great crew, a great family. And they would come over to the house, and Hondro would always talk with my mom. He'd always be like, Sister Cindy, can I have a glass of water? Sister Cindy, can this? And I asked him, it was like, why do you call her Sister Cindy? And he was like, well, because we're supposed to call everybody brother or sister. It's respect. It's respect. And see, he was doing that without his mom and dad around. Because that was something that they instilled, that Charlie and Norma instilled in their family, that you show respect. Man, I tell you what, a sir and a ma'am will get you a long way in life. Yeah, we lived in France. My French is terrible, but we did interact on a daily basis with people. And one of the things that you always have to say to someone is bonjour. You have to tell them hello, good day, welcome. You have to do it. In common polite culture, you have to do it. In fact, I was in a place where you walk up to the place in the morning, you buy for €1, you can get a coffee, an espresso. So I walk up to a place, I caught my train, I ran in real quick, grabbed an espresso, paid for my €1, and I'm standing there, and they give you an espresso and like a water and a little biscuit. And so I'm about to take my coffee, and this person just runs in and just they order a coffee. And the person just stood there. Un café, s'il vous plaît? Café? They just stood there. And the person goes, bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour, monsieur. And you had to say the hello. You had to show the respect. I'm not a vending machine. Man, I was like, whoa. But it was something to that about showing respect. Now, here's the deal. If you'll do that to a stranger, you better do that with your heart with the living God. You better treat the living God with respect. It's not just good manners. It's how we're supposed to live